We're about to bet $10 on a parlay that pays $5,400, and we're going to get the sportsbooks to pay for it. I'll explain that in just a second, but first, welcome to Slop's Home Run Picks Edition. Holy shit, this is probably the day that we're going to leave the ranks of the poors and start enjoying the finer things in life, because we're about to slam a 4-leg home run parlay that has no chance of losing, probably. Last night, we hit 2 of the 5 guys in our parlay, so if you bet them all straight, the books paid for the parlay and left us with a little walking around money. Don't even get me started on what happened in the Thunderdome. The great Lucy Burge from BetQL swept the board again in dinger props, left me and Eli in the dust. It was our second time in a row doing this. We have no chance of catching up. Eli went 0 for 3. It happens. I mean, he's swinging for the fence. What do you want the guy to do? Me, on the other hand, I could get kind of bailed out for like respectability purposes by Nolan Arenado. The Cardinals-Nationals game was suspended. A lot of people had questions. What happens in a situation like this is most books keep the bet open as long as the game started. So if they play the game within 36 hours or 24 hours, check your book, but like that's generally the time frame, then the bet still counts. They're going to play this game today, and if he knocks in a run, then my bet cashes, and I go 2-1, but still, we have no chance of catching Lucy. She's on fire. Hats off to her for that. But today's a new day, and there's plenty of MLB action to bet. I know I said earlier that we're going to get the books to pay for our parlay. Look, guys, we're going to take 4 guys to hit dingers today, right? We're going to bet all of them straight. If just one of those guys hits a dinger, we're good. Like, that pays for literally the parlay and all our straight bets. Think of it like this. It's math, right? Even if you're only betting 50 cents on the parlay, bet $1 on each of the guys to hit a home run. Just straight, right? One of them hits a home run, that literally pays for everything. If no one does, you lose $4.50, but you still have the time of your life, so it's kind of worth it. Or you could just round robin. It's all deadly. The first guy we're going to take, Corey Seager, Texas Rangers, plus 370. So he's facing Gavin Williams today. He's pitched 4 games in his MLB career. He's given up home runs in 2 of them. The thing is, the 2 games that he didn't give up a home run was against the Kansas City Royals. What if the Royals are just a low-T offense and Williams is actually a home run guy? That could be huge. That could be a thing. One thing that's for sure, the Texas Rangers are not a low-T offense. I know Seager just hit a home run last game, but he's hit a dinger in back-to-back games 3 different times this season. 4 times if you include spring training. He can do this. We've all seen him do it. The guy rips. His exit velocity logs at the Analytics is like bright red against righties. This just feels right. Next up, our guy, Jesus Sanchez, plus 560. I know we've been playing a lot of this guy lately. I know. But we hit on him 3 of the 4 times we played him, so there is that. Guy just crushed the ball last night. I have no idea how it stayed in the park. If you go back and look at it, it's like a modern miracle. It's like he literally defied physics. So he is ripping the ball. Tonight, he's getting Kyle Gibson, who's given up a dinger in each of his last 2 games. He's not really a dinger guy, but Sanchez has kind of smoked him in his career. He's seen him 8 times. He's got 5 hits. One of those hits was a dinger. This is legitimately a good bet. Moving right along, Joey Votto, Cincinnati Reds, plus 400. This is a tough one because there's a million guys in this game that could hit a home run. This is like a same-game parlay written all over it. Both teams, they're all over the place. But we're just going to go with one guy for this parlay. I think it's Joey Votto. He's going against Freddie Peralta, right? Freddie Peralta is actually a pretty good pitcher, but he gives up dingers, like a lot. We're talking 1 dinger in 9 of his last 10 games. At least 1 dinger. 12 altogether. Righties, lefties, doesn't matter. Votto makes the most sense to me since he's been smashing righties literally his whole life. Go back all the way to T-ball, he was smashing righties. And what the Reds are doing with them, they kind of hide him a little bit lower in the order. He's batting like 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th. Kind of like what the Padres do with Gary. So you get through a bunch of guys that can, smash. You think you're okay, and then you leave one to Joey, and he just hits it to the moon. I think he does it again today. Finally, Matt Olson, Atlanta Braves, plus 255. Here's the thing with this. You know how I said we're going to get the books paid for it if just one of these guys homered? Not quite with Olsen just because he's only plus 255, but he's going to take a gigantic dent out of like the day if he homers. So we're good there. The books aren't totally going to pay for it if this guy homers. Whatever, they're going to pay for enough of it. Again, we're going to have the time of our life. So it's not going to matter. I know he just hit a dinger last night, but just like Seager, it doesn't matter. He's gone deep in back-to-back games a million times this season. The guy has 30 home runs on the year. 26 of them have come against righties, and tonight, our boy Olsen is facing a righty in Lance Lynn. This guy is a pinata. He's given up 22 home runs this season. 16 have been to left-handed batters. Olsen hasn't taken him deep yet in his career, but at some point that has to change. There's no way that can keep up. Probably. Why not tonight? So that's going to do it for the Dinger Parlay. The only thing I'm going to warn you about is this is at FanDuel. I put this in before any lineups were out. I think we're safe but just because it's at the end of the All-Star break, I mean, it's right after the All-Star break, so a lot of these guys are going to play multiple days in a row. But you can get in trouble because FanDuel doesn't void the bet if your guy's not in the starting lineup. So always keep that in mind when you play there. That means basically, let's say Olsen's not in the lineup. We're going to have to sweat out the whole game and just pray that he doesn't come up to bat in the 9th inning to pinch hit, because if he does that, we're in deep trouble because we just bet a guy to hit a pinch hit home run. That sucks. No one wants to do that. So just keep that in mind. I don't think that's going to be a problem today, but again, that's a thing and we have to be aware of it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.